So far, I would still, I would still stand with those three teams. You understand? And if anything makes me change my mind, then that would be within the season. You understand?
Okay.
To say would make a definite, um, especially when it comes to relegation,
Yeah.
a definite call about that right now would be, let's say, a little premature because the
Okay.
only thing we can do is actually bank on those teams that are coming back to actually return to to the championship. Because when it comes to Ipswich, I don't know much of what Ipswich has done, and I do know that maybe most of their players will still be players that they had in the championship. So if we are going by that same sentiment or the pathway, I
Okay.
think the players from the championship, especially when most of them have not had the step up to the EPL before, there will be for me they are showing to go back. You understand? All this
Okay.
McKenna hype and this thing. In this case, I'd have to see it to kind of believe it. When it comes
Sure.
to Leicester, we all know who their manager is. Most people don't know. Former Nottingham Forest manager Steve Cooper. I
Yeah.
do not know what that guy is going to do because this one is not the one where he has to buy 27 players in one transfer window.
Window.
It
Yeah.
doesn't make any for me sense. So looking at it, I don't think that's going to happen. Now, the only reason why I might look at Leicester and say if out of three teams, they are the ones that I would say most likely I would if they don't go, I wouldn't be surprised because most of their players have played in the EPL before, but still they're bad enough to go down. So that means there's still a chance that they can also go down. Then when it comes to the other team, Southampton, we all know the story of Southampton.
Yo yo.
Wonderful club realistically, but they became a selling club
Yeah.
at one point and lost their way. So I think we need those three teams. If they I don't see them being better than any of our teams in the EPL.
Now, for me, I share your sentiments. Like, even though you said it could be a bit premature to actually make a bold call that the three teams that got promotion will get relegated back to the championship, I'm going that bold. I don't think they have the financial muscle to compete with EPL teams. I don't think they have the squad. No matter how McKenna
Yeah,
you mentioned for Ipswich can be a good manager. See, I'm a person that believes that
yeah,
no matter how good a manager you have to have the tools, which are the players. The players are don't go on the pitch, not the manager.
yeah,
So if you don't have you don't have the
yeah,
enough good of the tools, I don't think no matter how brilliant your idea is, how do you prosecute those ideas? So I'm thinking the Southampton, Ipswich, and Leicester they're going back. Now things could change, but I'm willing to
yeah,
go bold. No matter how things could change, the teams in the APL these days, the gap in financial structure, the
yeah.
gap to me is huge. I'm
It's
sorry.
astronomical.
Very astronomical. Exactly, I'm not exaggerating. It's astronomical, so I don't see how they can bridge it
Yeah,
unless one team self sabotage itself. Like maybe a Wolves
yeah.
become self implode. Maybe a Brentford can just self implode. I don't see it. The gap is massive, extremely massive. So I'm predicting the three teams
Of
that came
course.
up on promotion are going to be relegated and go back to where they're coming from. That's my prediction. Like I could be wrong, guys. Let us know what you think in the comment section. What do you think? So you're about to say something?
Yeah, yeah. No, this morning I gave one of my views. I said even if Enzo Maresca, we can come and laugh, slate.
Yeah,
Out of all those managers, we are the ones that we can look at him and say he has a style of play and a way that he wants to play. So we can even look at it and say he has that. You understand? He's
yeah,
someone where in the championship now we could still look at it and say there were levels there in the championship where moments where they nearly imploded. You understand?
yeah.
But that's not for me to not give credit where it's due. He still has a style of play that we can, acknowledge and say yes. And why I looked at it was some of the signings Leicester were going to make in terms of this former Juventus player that went to Roma, Matthias Schole. I thought that would have been a good signing for their level if they had someone like Maresca because The guy is a brilliant player, good manager that has a style of play. So he would, what do they call it? Upgrade them really, really well. So he can be enough to maybe scratch them in 16th or 15th, or even
Yeah.
let's even go 13th. You understand? Because some teams
Yeah.
will yo-yo in the EPL.
Sure.
So that far, okay, he could get them that far. But I'm not seeing any manager that we can look at and say, oh, this guy has been spectacular. Then little by little, you can go to say you want to buy some players. Because we've also seen um, a team like, look at Bournemouth. You wouldn't say Bournemouth 3 years ago would be able to attract a Porto player. That's
Sure.
the level of the EPL right now. So
Exactly.
we can look at how Bournemouth has gone and signed some very good players. This is a striker that played in the Champions League.
Champions League.
Willing to be playing in the Champions League to come to a place where you're not even playing in any competition in Europe. So these are the things. I'm not seeing any manager enough to even say, okay, even if you buy some players that are unknown, that can become good. Now, we all saw Vincent Kompany. On the other hand, we spoke about Vincent Kompany, how he goes gung-ho and doesn't adapt. So that's my own view on it.
So since we agree, we share the same sentiment. So we are going for the three teams that
Yeah.
got promoted to go back. Like I said earlier, if you guys agree, let us know in the comment section. Do not forget to strike the like button. Very, very important. Subscribe if you're new, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Very, very important. So let's go to the top 6. Who are the teams that will make the top 6? Let's start from 6th position upwards. So you go first. I'll finish it up.
Funny enough, it's unbelievably tough because we have to look at this carefully. I know everybody's shooing Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham, but I'm looking differently and thinking there's Crystal Palace. You understand?
Is that
Look
not
at
an
West Ham's
overstretch?
squad.
Crystal Palace is not an overstretch in the top 6?
Bro, you know why I said, you know why I'm saying it, right? It's easy for us to say it's an overstretch. What makes you think that some of the players these top teams have bought are not overhyped players?
I
Let's
share
be
that sentiment.
realistic.
Yeah, I share that sentiment. I do.
Yeah. So some of the signings are overhyped, and we are just looking at the brand name of who these guys are. We can look at Tottenham. Let's be realistic. Tottenham didn't really improve. What is the significant improvement? Everybody is saying, oh, Solanke has come. I'm not saying Solanke is not a good signing, but I don't think he's enough. Because if they are still going to play the same way they played last year, you're still going to have the same injuries. Because look at Van der Ven. Van der Ven is becoming a guy that he will soon become, very famous for having a hamstring tear. He tore his hamstring 2 or 3 times
last season. Yeah.
So if he does it again, who are their replacements? I don't know if they brought in any centre back. I don't know if you can.
They brought a centre back in January. No, not this window. They brought a centre back in January. Roku, whatever his name is. They brought in a centre back from the Italian Serie A.
Dragoshin. Oh, yeah, Dragoshin.
Oh, Dragoshin. Sorry, I made a mistake. Dragoshin, yeah.
But bro, is he enough? That's the question I'm asking you. Is he enough? Because this is what I'm supposed to look at.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm looking at it. I'm thinking, okay, fine. What if Solanke gets injured? Who is their front line? Is their front line overly impressive? Okay, Brennan Johnson, maybe
Richarlison.
Richarlison. What's this guy? Dejan Kulusevski. Okay, is that all? Timo Werner. Really, Timo Werner? Unless Timo Werner turns out to be a spectacular signing.
He's not going to turn out to be. We know what Timo Werner gives. We know what he's going to give. Yeah. We know his level. We know the baseline. He's not going above the baseline. Yeah.
Of course. So that's what I am looking. I'm looking at it and thinking, is this guy going to be the what do they call it? It's not going to be a level up. And they brought in a young midfielder. I think that's the only young midfielder they brought in. The other one is coming in maybe January. So make it make sense. all the hype I'm hearing is about one boy they call Mikey Moore, who happens to be 16 years of age. So we've started
So,
hyping 16-year-old players now.
so if I'm going to start now, let's go straight to prediction. So so you're going to start from 6. Why are you going from 6 to 1?
Bro. See, if I'm putting Chelsea and Manchester United there, right? Just know, or Tottenham, I'm doing it out. I'm not doing it out of now. I'm doing it out of the past, what they've done.
Done.
You understand me? Not because I can give a definite answer, because I'm looking at Bournemouth. Look at how they played last year. They will build
Are
on
you
it.
wait,
Look
are
at
you
Crystal
serious?
Palace, how they
Are you
played.
serious? In top 6?
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Bro, okay, let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
Who, apart from Manchester City and what do they call it? Arsenal, who actually plays the closest to, what do they call it? Arsenal. It's Bournemouth.
Yeah, they play good
Now,
football.
the players that they've been bringing in, yeah, look at some of the players they've been bringing in. I'm looking at those players and thinking, okay,
It's not a rat.
I can't sneeze at those players. Most players, normally you look at Bournemouth players, they'll come in, they'll be like, who we know.
Yeah,
But all of
exactly.
a sudden, they brought in Kekesh. They brought in Clivert. Look at this guy, Semenyo, on the other side. Now they
Semenyo
brought
is not
in
looking
Evan
bad.
Nielsen.
Yeah.
Exactly. Look at Araujo, they signed from Barcelona. Look
Barcelona.
at the midfielder. I'm looking at it. Okay. I see what you're doing in Iraola. I see
They're not in
vision.
Europe. They're not in Europe. Just Premier League.
Exactly. They are not in Europe. They're just in Premier League. So they just need to do well in cups. Do well enough so that they can add small money. Then finish well. Then we can say now that does not mean that they are going to be there.
Okay.
But I'm looking at them. You look at your brothers, Crystal Palace. Let's be realistic. Crystal Palace this summer, they cooked. They cooked. In fact, I won't lie, like you say, King's oil. They used it to fry.
To fry. They fried some do-do. They did some do-do.
Exactly. Look at this guy now. What's his name? Olise. Yes, Olise has gone. But I think they brought in a replacement for Olise. And that guy.
Liverpool fans are not in a hurry to forget about Sarr. Liverpool fans are not in a hurry to forget about Sarr. He's back.
Exactly.
Sarr is back. Yeah.
So I'm looking at Sarr. Let's, even if we normally laugh at our guy Mateta, we cannot deny that the guy was showing some goal scoring, touches.
Traits. Yeah.
He was showing it there. So he doesn't need to score 35 goals before I would say for his level he's doing very well. 15 to 17. I mean, that's
There's Watson that went to Euros. They have Doucouré, who is back from injury.
Exactly.
In the midfield. They are not looking
exactly.
bad. Eze is still there.
Eze is still there. Now, we don't know how gay he might be. And I like their stance on Gay. Gay is a superstar. You pay superstar money. And I'm sure they have a replacement lined up. Now, except that
they brought the center back.
I'm hearing Fulham.
Yeah, they brought the center back already.
Oh, they brought this.
Yeah.
That Johansson, the one that plays with, I heard that Fulham want to buy him. They had a bid yesterday. I don't know if I will say it was rejected. I'm not.
The rejected, it was.
They will still bring in replacement. The players that they are bringing in are not all those, funny English players from lower leagues.
Yeah,
they are buying players from versatile areas.
Yeah.
And the manager, we saw what the manager did. We saw how Bayern even wanted to take the guy back because they were looking for a manager. So they are not people to sneeze at. We saw their end of season form. Now, that could be the end of season.
The form.
We could all say that could be the end of season. Yes. But we've seen what they are doing. Now, we can go to the other guys, West Ham. Are you telling me I will not look at West Ham?
They've cooked the King's
Bro,
West Ham.
You remember we had a barbecue? And they were, Lopetegui was grilling.
It was sizzling.
So
it was sizzling. Now, We can say that's on paper.
So
We
I'm
understand it's on
looking at
paper. We understand it's on paper, but it was sizzling.
exactly,
Mhm.
definitely. So I'm looking at the signings they've made. Look at someone like Todibo. I'm looking at Guido Rodriguez, especially for the fact Guido Rodriguez was a free transfer, a very good midfielder. In
Exactly.
addition to Alvarez, I'm
That's
looking
been
at
there one
Kudus.
year
I'm
ago.
looking at,
Ah,
yeah,
ah. Then
Jarrod
Killman
Bowen.
as a defender.
I'm look,
Jeroboam went.
yeah,
Mm, mm,
and I'm looking at
mm.
Wan-Bissaka they added. Look at Fulkrug up top. Look at Paqueta in midfield.
Still there.
So this is a very, very dangerous and proper team they have. Very,
Yeah.
very.
King's Oil.
Like it's not something to sneeze at. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not something to sneeze at one bit. So I'm now looking at everything and thinking, if we are going to call the Manchester United, if we are going to call the Chelseas, it will be unfair not to look at other teams and say it's not
Yeah.
just definite. I can't
It's
call
not cut and
sixth
dry.
because
Yeah.
West Ham have a squad. Yeah, West Ham have a squad good enough to enter there. Look at
Yeah.
Brighton spending money like big boys.
Yeah.
So
Suddenly.
we are
They
looking
woke up.
at it, thinking, I'm telling you. So we are now looking at it and thinking, okay, these are teams that can challenge. So for me to call sixth, fifth, fourth, now 1 to 3, I definite of my 1 to 3. But the
So
rest,
we're
other
not
than
gonna give
that,
1 to 3. So give us that 4, that 6 to 4. We'll leave 1 to 3. Give us 6 to 4.
yeah, Aston Villa is still there. God.
It's gonna be tight. Now, some people will give some push back. What do you mean? That can they compete against Chelsea and Man U? See, let me say something before you continue. We love Manchester United signings, and a lot of Manchester United fans have been shouting the one transfer window in their dreams. See, Zeski is
Yeah,
a signing that West Ham can make. So Manchester United fans,
yes,
calm down. Euro is a
yeah,
signing that if Brighton puts enough money for, based on what Euro did, he went from Real Madrid to Manchester United. If Brighton put enough money for, Brighton will sign Euro. So the Manchester United signings, they are very good, but guess what? Let me remind you, Manchester United fans, so you know that I'm not being facetious or being a troll. Mazraoui was about to sign for West Ham until Man United came on. So if you are celebrating
of
Mazraoui
course,
as a top signing, a player that almost joined West Ham, you know the answer already. So your players are good players, but they are not incredible players. They are not game changers. Now
exactly,
delete Juve and Bayern. Someone will say, okay, when he went to Juve, he was still young. He couldn't break the so-called cartel, defensive cartel of Juve. We'll give him that. But for Bayern, he didn't succeed. Don't tell me he did well because Bayern not a selling club. There's no way Bayern should be selling a 24-year-old defender if he was that guy. Let's tell ourselves the truth. If you are
exactly,
that guy, Bayern ain't selling you at 24. Now, I'm not saying you will not succeed at Manchester United. I'm saying, is that not suspicious? Don't you find that suspicious? Now, put
of
your your
course,
your your
because I'm looking
your,
at
your bias aside. Yeah, finish.
no, as I'm saying, I said I looked at it and thought, if you're
Yeah,
saying delete, even if people say he's injury prone, Kingsley Coman has been injury prone for how many years, but they've
yeah,
still kept him. So injury prone will not be an excuse. Robin was injury prone. Let's be
wrong.
realistic. So,
Yeah,
but if you are that good, they will still keep you. Look at
yeah,
Partey. As much as
yeah,
injuries, we've still
yeah.
kept
Let's
him
take a Benin.
because we
Yeah,
know. So, as you said, those signings are there signings that there is an that it gives you an unbelievable gap. As you
or
said, no.
bump upward. Yeah, nah, not really, not really. Nah. So I'm waiting for your 6 to 4.
You know what? Six, put me in for West Ham.
Wow, that's a bold one. That's a bold one. Okay, fifth,
Aston Villa.
fourth.
No, no. Put Tottenham in fifth. Aston Villa
Okay,
fourth.
okay. Third,
Yeah. Third, I'm putting Liverpool.
second,
Manchester City.
Best.
We know ourselves. Now, yeah,
Okay.
people people watch this and think we are
Yeah,
playing what
bias.
do they
Yeah, only bias and tribalistic.
yeah, has or hatred to Manchester United.
Yeah, and Chelsea.
My thing is with Chelsea, for me, my predictions to change about Chelsea entering the top six, I would have to, and what do they call it? I would have to see how the window ends. The reason
And yeah,
Manchester United didn't come into this is there is one particular evil thing that people are not getting that still plagues Manchester United. Their old friend injuries.
yeah, still
Injuries
there.
plagues them so much.
Not much.
You understand? And the
Yeah,
players Ten Hag is running from, they will
are still
always,
there.
in fact, they are waiting. Maguire is waiting on the wings.
He
One way
knows
or
he will
the other,
get
he
game
will play.
time. He will play. He knows he will play, guaranteed. See, Maguire, you
You
guys can
understand?
hate him. He knows he will play. He knows he will play. You get game time. So let me do
Of
my own
course.
six. Six, I think I'll go for Aston Villa to be six. Fifth, I'll go for West Ham. And fourth, I think Spurs will nick fourth. No matter how much I hate Spurs, I think they'll nick it. And for Chelsea and Manchester United, like I said, I don't hate. I just think their signings are overrated. Especially Manchester United, your signings. Number one, you are replacing Varane with Euro and Delete. Good, like I said, good signings, but they are not the signings that you think that will move the needle to the way you want. Like injuries are still there. What about Lisandro Martinez? We know,
Yeah,
guaranteed, just like Luke Shaw, he will get injured this coming season. I don't see. I am not proposing injury to any
yeah,
player. I will never do that. But we know, just like Partey, I'll be surprised Partey doesn't get injured this season. I'll be very surprised because he's there, he's priced into the season,
exactly.
and injuries are part of the game. So we don't wish injuries on players, but we have to be realistic. I also think Man U signings are overrated and overly bloated, and they will not move the needle as much as they want them to move the needle. Now, we stand corrected. We might have egg on our face, which is fine. But right
Yeah, of
now,
course.
I don't think
Yeah,
Euro, Delete, Mazarawi, and Zexi, who has not even played a minute, are going to substantially keep you in the top four, let alone top six. Some of you might feel offended by this stream. We have been objective. If you want to people to suck you or whatever, go to other channels, they do that. Right here, we have been objective. And we've given you reasons why we think Chelsea and Manchester United will not make it. Now, like I said, things could change depending on how the window change, right? If Chelsea decide to sign Osimhen and some other players, maybe it could move the needle, maybe, because I don't see trust Osimhen. If Man United to bring in Ivan Antonio and brings a few more players that can move the needle, maybe. But right now, based on today's 15th, right? If I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
Today is 15th of August.
It's
Based on what you have right
yeah,
now, I don't think Chelsea and Manchester United make it to the top six. I don't think so. I don't think the signings they have will
yeah,
move the needle.
definitely.
I don't think so. I don't think so. So I'm looking at the West Ham
Look,
looking very, very, very good. Bournemouth look very good. I'm looking at even as much I want to throw
yeah,
Tottenham Hotspur, they are quality players. Tottenham also have better defenders than Man U and Chelsea, objectively. Even though I hate Spurs, I'll tell you for free, Spurs have a better defense than Chelsea and Manchester United. Objectively, it is what it
of
is.
course.
We can shout the high line nonsense, but on a good day, objectively, bar no injuries right now, Spurs have a better defense than both Chelsea and Tottenham and Manchester United. So, like I said, things could change as the window draws to a conclusion. But right now, on the 15th of August, that's the prediction for the 2024-2025 Premier League season. And for my top three, I'm going with Arsenal winning the league, uh, closely followed by Manchester
Yeah,
City and third Liverpool. For Liverpool fans who are shouting, we can do the trolling and Zubi's bullshit, but trust me, Liverpool still have a good squad. Let's not don't get gaslit into this nonsense.
they have a
Liverpool still
very
have a
solid.
solid squad. I understand you want Liverpool to add, but sometimes if they don't have the right quality, don't waste your money. Don't waste your money just to add bullshit for the sake of adding.
Exactly.
That's it. That's it. That's how I say
And
it.
people, yeah, that's it. People don't get it. Liverpool adding Zubimendi before they even earmarked Zubimendi. Now, the
Yeah.
only thing that which that Hussam yesterday on was it the football theory said something. He said one, Zubimendi didn't make the move. Two, he blames Liverpool. Why he's angry with Liverpool and the hierarchy is they were the ones who gave Sociedad the reason to convince Zubimendi. He said, if you knew you wanted to buy Zubimendi, just go to the FA and pay the, what do they call it, release clause, and he's your player.
Remember what I told
There's
behind the stream? I told you don't have the money, don't have the cash. The way Arsenal did it, right? We went to the FA, Spanish FA, and paid for Partey. Liverpool don't have such liquidity. Sometimes they might have the money instead of credit, but in terms of having such liquidity to pay at once, they don't have it. See, guys, educate yourself how these things work. All this yapping on the internet and saying they might not have that liquidity to do it at that rate. It is what it is. So.
Yeah.
So that I was looking at Liverpool like, yeah, you almost made. If you cannot pay the £51 million in one go, one installment, you played yourself. You played yourself. So, guys, do us a favor one more time.
Of course.
On your way out, like the video. Very, very important. Subscribe if you're new and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Rather, like the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. You've seen and listened to why we made decisions based on the teams we predicted for the first 6 and the relegation teams. Let us know if you have opposing views. Rather, I'm struggling with my tongue. If you have opposing views, let us know in the comment section why you oppose our views objectively. There's no need to trade words or insults. Just let us know why you oppose our views. Mr. Foster, your last words.
Yeah, I know some people will watch this and go to the comment section, section, and go and start insulting us. They won't even watch the full video. I'm pretty sure that some of them have the attention span of a fly. So realistically, what it is we are not trolling Manchester United or Chelsea. Like we said on Chelsea, we know the reason is we don't know how they will adapt to this play yet. Manchester United, we don't know how they are going to play. They are still going to depend on the counter. And a lot of teams are going to sit back. So you have to be spectacular. So those are our main reasons, because we've not seen a lot of style of play from Ten Hag to show that Man U is a dominant side. So for us, if you think we called Arsenal because we're Arsenal fans, it just means coincidentally at this period, when this channel is, we are the ones that have a high trajectory on the rise in terms of the top 3. For 2 seasons, we've been second, and we know how the manager thinks and how he has been speaking about raising the standards, meaning 95% and 95 points is not going to be
can I just run it up
Arteta's plans. Even if we can do that, the manager is going higher. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. So, guys, thank you for actually watching. Exactly. Like the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.
It was a great tackle.
Wrong one.